Right. Yes, New York. Good point. You the man.
Right. As simple as that, I like overcomplicate. I'm like, my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands.
All right, man.
Who did it best, man? Pump it up.
Pump it up. In 3, 2, 1.
Back at it.
We are at it.
What's up, man?
What up? What up? What up? Look what we got here.
A lot of pump action, a lot of air going on, a lot of hot air over here.
A lot of hot air balloons, man. Yeah, this is. I'm excited about this.
Yeah. I know we talked about the pumps before.
Yep.
And now we're gonna go a little bit
Deeper dive.
a deeper dive into the whole pump technology.
Yep.
Reebok obviously being the pioneers.
Yep.
Nike coming up with their counter, and we'll go into that.
Nike
So-
was doing cheap shots. Like,
Yeah.
You think you're gonna come up with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, I got you.
But I think I'll give you my honest opinion towards the end of who won this battle.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait. So we going with like a battle?
I think so.
Pump?
I
All
think
right,
so
we'll go with
because
battle.
obviously we see Nike taking lead on a lot of different technology.
Yeah.
Reebok comes 1989,
Yep.
introduces a new technology to performance sneakers,
Yeah.
right?
The pump.
The pump.
That's what's called. It was just called the pump.
The pump. And it's what's funny about it is that they basically took what Nike was advertising heavy air technology, and they used it,
Made their
and they put their spin on it.
Yeah.
Using air, but pumping the air into it. You know?
Yeah.
Introducing the pump like that. And what's cool is that they
Yeah.
introduced it in tennis shoes,
Yep.
aerobic shoes, and basketball shoes.
Yep. You know, I had the Michael Chains. Remember the Michael Chain ones?
You had those?
Heck yeah, I had the Michael Chains. Those were fly, man.
Dude.
I had the Michael
I
Chains.
like the color,
man.
the tennis ball.
That little teal Volt. Yeah,
Volts,
man.
yeah.
What grade I was in? Like maybe 4th, 5th grade. You had the Michael
Those
Chains.
bright colors were it, man. Those bright colors were it.
Ooh, but yep. 89, the pump. What does Nike do in 1989?
So Reebok comes out with their pump. They're doing really well.
And this is not the shoe. This is not the. This is not
These
the
are
pump.
retros that we see right
Yep,
here.
yep.
These are the Omni lights.
Omni lights.
These actually have Hexalite, which is another tech that they introduced later down the road, which is basically a
Yeah.
cushioning system.
Yeah,
which is super awesome.
And this pay homage to, because this is the Omni Light, but this is exact. It looks like the exact model that Slobby Robbie talked about on the episode, right? That he's selling the Reebok, the Reebok
D Brown, yeah.
the Reebok Pump Omni Zone 2.
Yeah.
Right. So this is kind of like, it's the same difference.
Same difference. Honestly, a different colorway. It's a mid top.
Yeah.
It has the same tech. It has Hexalite cushioning.
Yep.
Has the air pump technology in there.
Yep.
These are retros. These are actually the ones you're looking at here is the special edition one. So they only made 1,991. This is referring to 1991 when
Yep.
D Brown won the slam dunk contest. So
Yep.
this is another one that's pretty rare on that same.
Definitely a rare one.
So this is 918 out of 1991.
Dope.
I like that. I like that little
Yeah,
little touch of
it
Reebok.
makes you feel like it's. I mean, 1,991 pairs is not a lot.
It's not a lot. That's true.
You know, under 2,000. So
Under 2,000
definitely.
pairs. Wow, that's true. Under 2,000 pairs. That's
not
that's
a lot.
a good way of looking at it. Yeah.
Right, but back to the infrastructure, right? The beginning, right? Reebok had the pump, 89, 170 price tag.
Back in 1989. That's a house.
You know what? You know what's crazy? I always thought the foam posits were like the introduction to the highest price sneaker. That was 97. We talking 89.
Yeah. Now they're
As a performance basketball shoe.
the more and more we do in these shows, the more we're like, wow, like
Having
like,
a bunch of aha moments.
Exactly right. Like going back to the Jordan 2 made in Italy.
Yep.
That had a high price tag.
Yep.
You know, it wasn't 200, but it was like 110.
Yep.
Retail.
Which is crazy.
You know, which is like a lot of money back in what 87,
86?
86,
87, yeah, 86,
90, you got 89, almost $200 there.
Yeah,
you know,
with the pump.
yeah.
But for you, because this is your personal pair,
Yeah.
and you know what? I don't know if we can see this, but this has like
the
a.
packaging.
I feel like the Terminator, came through, and he has like a gun in here or something like that. Like this is your personal pair.
Yeah.
Why don't you speak on this? Because this was Nike's rebuttal, and this came out on 89 as well.
All right, let's do this. So 89, Reebok comes out with the pumps.
Yep.
Nike says, "Oh, okay, we like that idea. We're gonna We're gonna take that. And we're gonna make something a little bit better." So they came out with their own pump version. These right here are retro pairs.
The retros.
The original, they're called the Nike Air Pressure.
Air Pressure. And it had to be a retro because we in 2024. Every single OG pair that's on the internet that anybody show is crumbled to pieces.
Yeah. The OGs, They
so
don't last long. Yeah,
so Nike salute to making this retro. When this retro came out?
This is 2014, I believe. I can check in here. So let me open it up here, and we can go into the whole the spec. So that's the shoe right there. I know, beauties, man.
I feel like this is like the original Back to the Future shoe. Like,
it has that style to it. You're exactly right. 2015.
2015
retros. So this is Nike's answer to the Pump back in '89. These original pair came out in 1989. In 1989 as well. 170, dude. Close to $200.
You got 170. I got 170.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Crazy.
But what's interesting about this is that they introduced the pump technology, but with an actual external pump. So in the packaging, it comes with this external pump, which looks kind of weird. Which looks kind of weird in person.
I'm not going to say what it looks like, but that's crazy. You know what? It looks something crazy, but also like what's those little things that you put in your nose to get all
those neti pods. Or something
like a neti pod, man. Like a neti pod jump off. What the hell, Nike?
So this is the external pump, right?
Yep.
That you actually place on the back of this shoe right here, which is crazy. So this is like this big bulky unit right here on the back.
Yeah.
So you basically
this is the part that the OGs are all crumbled, all messed up.
Exactly. So you insert one end.
Yep.
In there.
Hey yo.
You just start pumping, and the collar starts getting tighter.
Only one section. Whereas the Reebok, when you pump up,
it's the tongue.
It was the tongue.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the tongue. Exactly right.
Okay.
So you just put it in here. Pump it, pump. And inside here on the collar,
and it gets tighter
and tighter.
All right, so pure ankle support. This also had straps.
It has straps for extra support as well.
So, Dad, so you got...
To release the air,
how you release
it? Opposite end, push it down. You hear that
yeah.
That's it. That's all it is. It's just kind of push it down, because and you can do it with your finger, too. It's like kind of like a button.
Got you.
But, so yeah, these right here, Nike Air Pressure, that was the answer to Reebok's pump.
And you know what, Bobby Kicks, I'm looking at this and it's like Nike always, I can understand why they made this because Reebok had the pump, right? They had one section of your foot. Now, if you stop and think about it, when you pump up the front portion of it, does it really help your ankles? Like, what does it really do?
Honestly, it's more secure. It's to secure the foot inside the shoe, so that way there's not a lot of play.
Okay.
Honestly, like it's a good idea. It's a really good idea for extra, enclosure.
Yeah.
To have that extra, security around your foot. So I definitely appreciated the tech behind it and the idea behind it. Honestly, like I could see this being utilized today.
Yeah.
But in a more advanced way. I think Reebok introduced their more modern version of the pump.
Yeah, they have more modern versions. But I think Nike rebuttal, I think, was brilliant in this because now it focused on an area where NBA players was really getting injured. That was the ankles. True. Right? So it focused on the ankle portion, gave you extra lockdown with the strap. But the big thing was, I mean, this didn't have a wow factor like the Reebok Pumps did.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. Honestly, when you look at the shoes side by side, this looks freaking futuristic.
Sure.
It has a lot of like the Back to the Future vibes, to it, which is really cool. I'm surprised it never really took off. With Nike, they didn't really take away that market from Reebok, but I think one part of it was a price.
Yeah, nobody's paying $170 like that.
And on top of that, I think it was too bulky. I mean, look at the first introduction. You had this. It wasn't portable.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't portable.
Like you're not gonna carry that neti pot. You're not gonna carry the neti pot.
Right.
The basketball court.
And I think they try to compensate to try to give you the original '89 had this same packaging.
Yeah, same packaging.
So I think to kind of compensate, like, okay, if it's gonna be this separate, we're gonna give you a cool packaging at least.
And then have a carrying case. So if you're gonna go to the courts, you can carry it.
It gives you an excuse of like, whoa, what is that? So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
This was a little bit more subtle. It's all there. You don't have to really worry about bringing extra equipment. True. So there's that. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Also, Nike came out with some cool models. I mean, we got those right there.
Billy Hoyles.
The Air Force Commands, man. Billy Hoyles. Now, everybody say Billy Hoyles for those viewers that don't know. Why do they call him Billy Hoyles?
Iconic movie, man.
Yeah.
White Man Can't Jump.
White Man Can't Jump.
So if you haven't seen that movie, do yourself a favor. Go to Blockbuster. Go to your local Blockbuster.
You didn't just say Blockbuster.
go. Make sure you
Netflix, man. Netflix.
Hey, listen.
Apple TV.
We're back in 1991.
Oh, okay,
right
okay,
now,
okay, okay. My bad.
Go to your local Blockbuster.
Oh,
Make sure
shoot.
you're signed up to their membership. Get yourself some red vines. And
Red.
some,
You taking it back.
And-
You know what? Knowing you, I know you wish they still had Blockbuster.
that experience of video stores. Like
Yeah.
that, it's getting the video game, getting the popcorn, the junk food with
Yeah.
it. It's a treat, man.
Yeah.
Weekends right there.
Yeah.
Getting the pizza.
If they had this in 2024 Blockbuster, you wouldn't get the DVD, you or Blu-ray. You would get the VHS or White Man Kitchen.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. I have the DVD. So
Wow.
that's like that. That's
That's
my.
a step up.
That's
for
a
you.
step up. Yeah.
That's a step up, man.
So these came out in this movie. They made them really popular. Billy Hoyle, Woody Harrelson's character. Billy Hoyle made these popular. Super cool shoe design wise. This speaks 90s, man. Like
1000
super high top.
Splash.
The build of it is super cool. And the other thing that made these popular was David Robinson made these popular too. So David Robinson,
Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood, which is a series that Nike did on to really market like him.
Yep.
His brand, his personal brand, David Robinson. Right?
Yep.
So Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
These are fresh.
Very, very cool. I love the paint splatter on the bottom, that neon color, which is hot like in the 90s.
Yeah.
That says everything. So these came out later down the road in the 90s, right? In the early 90s.
Yep.
So this also introduced the pump technology as well in the collar. Now these compared to these, a lot more subtle. Everything's all built in, meaning that you don't need an external pump anymore.
So Nike was like, I guess people don't
Too
want
much bulk.
People don't want to carry the briefcase.
Yeah.
They want to carry the briefcase.
Honestly, this is a damn briefcase for sure.
You know what I mean?
This one's all in one. The air pump is now on the side right here. It's basically this big bubble that's on the side right here.
Yep, so you just pump it up.
You just pump it up right there. Boom, 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 and you start feeling
You
it.
can hear it too.
You can hear it.
Hear it? Yep.
It still works, man. These are retros. What we're looking at here. By
Yep,
the
the
way.
retro, and then what replaced the neti pot squeezy thing, whatever you call it, the pump release, and now you just press the button in the back.
Yeah, on the button right here, this button right here,
Yep.
it releases the air, and this is another answer, another evolution to what they created here.
Yeah.
I don't know what the retail price on these, but I don't think they were just as much as these. So
No,
they were still up there.
Up there, but yeah.
Close to 100, I want to say.
Yeah,
like,
no, it was definitely like I think these were playing around the 150 world.
You think so?
Yeah, around the 150 world, right?
Because I remember seeing ads,
Yep.
like newspaper ads, like advertising like $89. They were probably when they were on sale. I'm probably
100%.
remembering like
That's
those
the
sales prices. Because I remember those sales prices, man. Woo.
And also,
Thinking back on it now, it's like crazy.
sale prices was amazing, right? We had some joy. But you know what I remember about sale prices back in the days? It always came out when a new model came out. So then you had to get and then you like going to school. You're like, do I want the old model?
That was a thing back then. Like, you never want to get stuck with the old model. Now it's like, dude.
Whatever.
Like this old model, you cherish it even more. So it's cool.
Also, what I noticed about these, right? This is the first Nike pump that now showing some visible air.
That's true.
Right, so now we got a little air, right? Instead of this, the air was inside of the shoe, right? Now we got some visible air in here, and this birthed the next D Robinson pumps,
180s,
the 180 commands, which were I think those are fire.
Those are really cool. Charles Barkley had an iteration of that one too.
Yeah.
He wore. I don't think it was his shoe, but he wore the 180s.
The 180s,
yeah.
yeah.
There's a commercial with Charles Barkley and David Robinson. It was a Robinson's Neighborhood commercial, but it was
for the 180s.
For the 180s,
Yeah,
but Barkley was in it. So,
I remember that.
So they were basically promoting the 180 technology, which basically had the air units, which also exposed right here on the bottom,
like a translucent.
Yeah, it was really cool. I didn't know how that was gonna work. I thought, oh man, it's exposed. I don't know if that was gonna burst, right?
Yeah.
So it was exposed to 180, and then it also had the same upper idea to pump it up right here.
But a next level.
A next level.
Yeah.
Which is basically a little knob to direct where the air is gonna go in the shoe.
Now, you know what? That's amazing.
The idea is there.
I feel like now, correct me if I'm wrong. Like that knob that you were talking about, it can transfer if you want the air to be transferred to the ankle. You want it to be in the mid area. You want it to be in the back.
Exactly right.
The back,
exactly.
right? So you can control, which Reebok wasn't doing.
No.
But for some reason, correct me if I'm wrong, even though those were out, Reebok still had that pump game on lock.
Yeah, like I said, for me,
Twilights. Remember the hot Twilights Reeboks?
Yeah.
Then Shaqs.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Shaqs, exactly right.
Yeah, what you saying? I'm sorry.
No, no, that's all good, man. I mean, I think that's exactly. I think Reebok already went far ahead. That they, when you think of pump, you think of Reebok.
Yeah,
So
you don't
they
think of
branded
Nike.
themselves really well. They married those two ideas together, the pump and the Reebok name. So
Yeah.
anytime you thought about the pump, you thought
You
Reebok.
thought
Anytime
Reebok.
you thought about Air alone,
Nike.
you thought about Nike.
Good
So
point.
just that's how they basically took a hold of that name.
And you know what? Now that I think about it, right? Nike was trying their best to saturate the market with the pump, right? Because they're like, okay, Air's locked down. Cool. Check. Nobody's messing with us there. Then Reebok was like, okay, we got the pumps. Remember, the pumps, the only differentiation that they had in pump sneakers was what sport it was. If it was tennis, it was a tennis ball.
Yeah.
If it was basketball, it had a basketball. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only, but they kept it in the front.
Honestly,
That's it.
If you look at that pump too, back in the '90s, that's a cool thing to look at.
That
Look at
was
that little
cool.
basketball there.
Yeah, that is
That's
cool.
badass, right?
That is cool.
So that's a nice little like
Good point.
like little design aesthetic. So I think that
Good
alone
point.
was like that's cool to have this
Yeah.
big ass tongue with this big ass like
Yeah.
logo on there. That's cool.
Nah, you're right. You're
You know?
right.
So they did it well. Like they again they went ahead.
Yeah.
And they branded themselves really well. And on top of that, D Brown during the slam dunk contest did an awesome job of marketing it too.
Yeah,
He pumped them up. He did that amazing dunk.
That
and
took
he,
it to the next level.
and he won it. So that was a winning
Yeah.
strategy.
Free marketing right there.
You know what I'm saying? So all that equaled out to be in
Reebok's
favor. Exactly.
And here's the thing, right? So Reebok, all right, pump in the front, different models. They had like black top front
That's right.
pumps, right? They had
Black
all
top.
different types of genres or different type of flavors of pumps. Nike was like, 1 year, let's try this. Let's try this. Next year, let's try this.
Yeah.
Next year, let's try the 180. Nike was trying. They were trying a little bit too hard.
They were trying to really like take that technology away from them and then adding all types of bells and whistles to it. I think they were overdoing it.
1,000%.
And they stumbled.
That's my point.
They-
1,000%.
They were trying too hard and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And then they said, you know what? Let's just stick in our lane. Let's
Yep.
let's do what we do best. And then they worked out in their favor. Let's just stick to the Nike Air.
Yep.
Expose the Air.
Yep.
And getting some great athletes.
Yep.
Jordan, Agassi. You got all those top notch players. To really help carry that brand. So it worked out in everyone's favor. I think Reebok is still known for their technology, and I think, in my opinion, towards the end, like I was telling you, Reebok won this one.
I agree.
All right.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Well, we're done here. We're done here, folks.
Right. No, I agree. When you said it in the beginning, I was like, I'm rooting for Nike. All right, come on, Taki. What? Come on, goatee. Like, come on. What can Nike do? All right, Nike did this, but then I'm like, lost in translation. Nobody thinks about this. People think about it. They was excited when we got the retro, but lost in translation. When the 180s came out, they retroed the 180. They didn't even put the 180 pump in. They did some old mid-top 180.
They took away what
They
made
took
it
away
special.
right. So faded memories. I call Nikes. Reebok, lasting memories.
They're still. I think they're introducing the pumps back again, like actual working pumps. Because I heard there was a time when they weren't working. They was just more.
I heard
aesthetic,
that too. I heard
which
that
sucks.
too.
It's like, dude, if you're gonna introduce that pump, you got to give us the pump.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, these.
Hey, yo.
These right here, now they're rare because of the look of them, and then the packaging and everything like that. So this still has value to it, but the actual pump technology, Reebok has won. They took away.
This
that,
is very
they
niche. This is very niche. Like if you know,
this
you
is
know.
on my alley right here.
Like
this is it.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, heck yeah.
If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Like I rock these. Like I would love. I can't do those. When those came
There's
out,
a
Bobby.
different build to it, yeah.
When those came out, I was like, because I'm not a '90s. I'm a '90s kid, but I'm not a '90s. That's not my style. Whereas you could wear that right now.
Yeah.
Right. Even
I love the colors, and it works, man.
That's Bobby
It
Kicks.
works.
That's
Yeah,
Bobby
yeah.
Kicks, right? So these I can do because, like you said, these are timeless. But yeah, Reebok, man. Wow, Reebok beat Nike.
I think so, and I'm excited to see what Shaq and Iverson, since they took over Reebok, is
President and
gonna
vice president, right?
do. Yeah, president and vice president of basketball operations for their sneaker line. So I'm excited to see what they bring back. And if you're listening, please bring back the Hexalite, the real Hexalite, not the
Real
stickers,
Hexalite.
and the pumps the way they are.
Yes.
And you have a lot of technology to work off of. Bring it back. There's a lot of people that are gonna appreciate that, and I'm sure Reebok. I'm assuming their sales are getting a little bit.
They're getting up there,
They're
but
getting up there.
it's still.
They're improving.
Here's here's what I. This is just my assessment, personal feeling about Reebok. Reebok has to continuously go back in time to be relevant.
True.
Right?
They have nothing really to
If
modern.
you put a Reebok, all right, I'll give you the example. Reebok did a little fusion, right? They did a fusion that came out. If we in 2024, they did a fusion like 2 years ago, a year ago, 2022, 2023. They mixed up the Shaqs and the Michael Changs. And it was like a hybrid. Yeah. I'm detail policeman,
okay.
detail policeman. Alert, here he is. They did a Shaq and Michael Chang fusion. They blended them together, right? Like a fusion, like I had Jordan fusions. And it didn't work.
Yeah,
Nobody bought them.
I can't see that.
Nobody bought them.
I can't see that.
Nobody bought them.
Those Fury ones are kind of cool.
Now, the Insta Pump Furies
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
are classics.
Yeah.
Those are like, if that's one that's one Reebok runner, trainer. Those are classic.
Yeah.
They had a million collaborations, but those are fire.
Yeah, those are cool.
Those
Very
are fire.
futuristic. Yeah, I think that's the only recent pair that they actually have. Like, wow.
Yeah, but those are not recent. Those came out in the 90s.
But they retroed them recently. That's what I was talking about. Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is,
Got it.
how can a Reebok have a brand new model never seen before and be like, all right, we accept it. The public accept it. Brand new model. Reebok always has to go back in. Where Nike, if they want to come out with a pump sneaker, if Nike want to have a Nike check on the tongue and have a pump, doing the same thing, Nike will get away with it right now, 2024.
That's true. Yeah.
Right, and don't let it have Travis Scott on it. Don't let it have Drake knocked on it.
Yeah.
Right? So Nike, they can play around with these ideas. They can steal Reebok ideas, make them relevant. Reebok have to always go back in time. And although Reebok won the pump battle, Nike will always win a relevant pump battle.
That should be their thing. They should be nostalgia brand now.
Oh.
They should become a nostalgia brand.
Ooh.
And really own
Shaq
that.
AI, you hearing this?
And really own that. Rather than try to do things in the future, like I think every other brand is already ahead of them, way ahead of them.
Okay.
That they should just own, you know what? Let's own the 90s and everything that really made us popular.
Ooh. So discontinue, because remember, Reebok had a little hold on the CrossFit game that faded, but they had a couple of years when it's CrossFit.
What were they called? The $59.99. What do you call it?
5411s.
5411.
5411s. Yeah, that's the
price.
female 10,001 colors Reebok kind of
shoes.
aerobic shoes, right? 5411s. Yeah, because they $4.99 came out the 5411s. Yeah, you like that? That's funny.
I remember that.
Yeah. So damn, barbecue. I think you wanted something.
I think that there's something there.
I think you wanted something. Do they have enough models?
Heck yeah, they do.
They have enough models to really.
Yes. Dude, think about Kamikaze Sean Kemp's.
Okay.
Think about D Brown. Think about Allen Iverson. Think about Shaq. Think about the tennis line. Think about the aerobics line. They have a lot, honestly.
Yeah.
And if they collab with the previous let's say they teamed up with Sean Kemp again.
Okay.
I think there's something there. Even the ones that we just recently looked at, some old school Kicks magazines.
Yeah.
Like those with the Shroud.
The Shroud, Reebok
There's
Shrouds,
a lot of
Sean
models
Kemp's.
that came out in the late 90s.
You're right.
They could retro.
You're right. And you know what, Reebok? When it comes to collabs, I'm not trying to, I'm no expert, right? This is just my personal opinion. Reebok has failed miserably with collabs.
Yeah.
Okay. They try to do the Cardi B collabs.
I heard about that.
And it's just like any type of relevant artist, that they're trying to collab with is just like when it comes out, $99.99. 3 weeks later, $39.99.
Damn.
Just be honest.
It's just, I don't know. It's just the name itself just lost its luster. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, we'll see what Shaq and AI is gonna do.
I'm excited about that. Yeah.
But like I said, Reebok won the pump battle.
I agree.
They
Reebok winners.
Yeah, they won this, and I'm excited to see what Shaq and AI does. If you're listening to this, please give us a little bit of royalties because we gave some cool ideas, and we'll see you on the next episode. How about that?
You know what?
How about that?
It got to be Saram.
Because that's a wrap, man.
It's a wrap.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. That was fun, man.
Woo. Peace. All right, Reebok, you got it. You got the juice. Thank you for watching this episode of Kickstory. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And stay connected with us on Instagram and these podcast platforms listed here. We also want to hear from you. So make sure to comment below and give us your thoughts. Thanks again for your support, and we'll see you next time.